You want at least 1,000 words? I'll give you at least 1,000 words. My workplace has a mandatory 2-day orientation for new hires. When I was brought on, there were a bunch of scheduling issues, and the dates changed several times. I got confused and only attended one of the days as I didn't realize it was a 2-day event. About a month after getting hired, I get an email from HR. Hello, our records indicate you were not present for the first day of mandatory employee orientation. Here is the link to the event recording. Since you missed attending in person, you are additionally required to write a minimum 1,000-word reflection on the most impactful session. For some reason, the minimum 1,000-word requirement made me see red. I was a fully grown adult being treated like a high schooler, made to write lines on the board because I missed class. I could understand making me watch the orientation, even though I had been doing my job just fine for 4 weeks. But do something reasonable, like some very specific fill-in-the-blank questions just to prove I watched it. A 1,000-word minimum was just gratuitous, so I stewed over it for about a week. Then one night after a few drinks, it hit me. The only requirement was that it was at least 1,000 words, along with some specific questions. I reread the email and confirmed. They did not give any instructions on a maximum length, nor any instructions on formatting or content beyond those questions. I cracked open my laptop, found the longest presentation from the orientation, and got to work. I set about essentially writing a line-by-line transcript of a 50-minute presentation. I rambled for pages about anything from the signing of the Declaration of Independence to my favorite childhood camping trip. By the end of it, my magnum opus sprawled for an impressive 12 pages. I answered each of the required questions with a single sentence and buried them randomly throughout my pages of unhinged ranting. I then set the font size to 8, single-spaced it, and changed the font to Webdings. To ensure that HR could not just change it back to readable font or reliably use Ctrl+F to find the questions, I also printed it, scanned it, and sent it as an image file. The next morning, I get an angry email from HR. Good morning. I'm informing you that your submitted reflective essay is completely unacceptable. Please resubmit it as a Word document with size 12 times New Roman's font, double-spaced. Failure to do so will result in an immediate disciplinary meeting with the VP of HR. I simply replied, I apologize that I misunderstood your instructions. If you could please show me where in your original email you outlined the formatting requirements, then I will gladly resubmit it in the proper format. I've worked at this company for almost 2 years now. I have yet to even see the VP of HR, let alone have a disciplinary meeting with him/her. I recently ran into a brand new employee who also managed to miss his orientation. According to him, HR was very specific that his response was to be no more than 1,500 words in size 12 times New Roman font.